Here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last oversight hearing. Because as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America, Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term, he is not loyal to people like you.
Señores, lo que acaba de pasar en el Congreso de los Estados Unidos, exactamente en el Senado, fue un bombazo. El ex abogado y actual director del FBI bajo el mandato de Trump, Kash Patel, tuvo que dar la cara en una audiencia. Y lo que salió de su boca dejó a todos atónitos. Patel aseguró nada más y nada menos que ya no había nadie más implicado en esta red de tráfico de Jeffrey Epstein. ¿Se imaginan esto? O sea, según él, Epstein actuaba solo. Y para colmo, en la misma audiencia, admitió que utilizó un jet privado del FBI, pagado por dinero de contribuyentes, para viajar con Mel Gibson a ver una pelea del UFC. Eso no fue todo porque las confesiones y los momentos tensos se fueron acumulando. En varias ocasiones, cuando le preguntan sobre el tema de los archivos de Epstein, Kash Patel explotaba. Empezaba a gritar a los senadores que lo cuestionaban. Hubo un momento muy interesante con el senador Booker que le dijo directamente: no creo que vuelvas a presentarte en otra audiencia de supervisión luego del desastre que estás haciendo hoy. Y con mucha razón. Pues bueno, empecemos por ese momento. Escuchen.
You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the files?
In the case file.
Okay.
Luego Kash Patel empezó a gritarle al senador demócrata Adam Schiff, que solo le estaba haciendo preguntas básicas sobre el tema de Epstein y de Ghislaine Maxwell. Pues Schiff preguntó por qué es que movieron a Maxwell de una prisión de máxima seguridad en Florida a una de mínima seguridad en Texas. Y señores, miren la reacción de Kash Patel.
Said, move her to a prison not suitable for a sex offender. You want the American people to believe that? Do you think they're stupid?
No. I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of
you're
inmates.
Not in the weeds?
What I am doing is protecting this country, providing historic reform, and combating the weaponization of intelligence by the likes of you. And we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th. You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of California. We are bringing historic reform.
En otro momento, Schiff quiso hablar si es que Patel había sancionado a algún agente del FBI por su trabajo en los casos relacionados del 6 de enero. Y Patel simplemente se negó a responder. Lo llamó una trampa y volvió a gritar.
Let me just be precise, and I asked for a yes or no answer. Did you ever terminate or discipline an FBI employee in whole or in part because they had been assigned or worked on an investigation of Donald Trump or January 6th?
FBI employees are only terminated if they fail to uphold their oaths of office and duty.
You're not answering my question.
I don't have to answer your question yes or no because you're setting up a trap so you can have a media narrative.
I'm not setting up a trap.
And I'm not giving it to you.
Unless it's true that you fired people.
People have been terminated at the FBI who failed to uphold the standards that the FBI requires them to uphold.
Bueno, ahí entra Cory Booker, con todo y directo al grano. Le dijo que sinceramente no creía volver a verlo en futuras audiencias por lo mal que estaba manejando todo esto.
Here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last oversight hearing. Because as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America, Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term, he is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose. This may be the last time I have a hearing with you because I don't think you're long for your job. But I'm going to tell you this. I pray for you. I pray for you that you can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do a much better job of defending this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do you want to say anything?
Yes,
at this
sir.
point?
That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If
You're
you
gonna
want to
lecture
talk
me
about
dividing this country,
it is
I
my
follow
time.
you on your social media posts that
It is
tear
my
this country
time
apart.
to address
There should be a
your
unifying-
falsehoods.
Oh,
You are an
you can try
embarrassment
all
to the
you
division
want
in this
to
country.
not
Senator,
take
it is
responsibility
my time.
for what
You
you
had
have
your
said.
time.
Sir, you're
Your
making a
time is
mockery of this
over.
committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over.
You
The
know how
people
far
of New
we've
Jersey
come
tell me
since
what my
you
time
tell-
is.
Senator-
You can't lecture me.
You can tell me
Sir,
my time's
you have-
over?
You may be in charge of the
I'm not
FBI,
going anywhere.
but I am not afraid of you, sir.
Mr. Chairman,
Not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Luego llegó el senador Welch, que destapó otro escándalo, y es que Kash Patel había estado volando en aviones privados pagados por contribuyentes junto a Mel Gibson solo para ver peleas de la UFC. ¿Cuál fue la excusa de Patel? Vivo en Las Vegas. Tengo que volver a la casa.
Cash's corner. You were rightly critical of the way that the previous FBI director used the FBI jet, and you said you wanted to ground Chris Wray's private jet travel that he pays for with taxpayer dollars to hop around the country. Let me ask you this. You know, on the weekend of, according to flight tracker data, on the weekend of March 7th, an FBI plane flew round trip from D.C. to Las Vegas, and you attended a UFC fight with Mel Gibson. And I'll show you that. Is that you, and is that true?
Yeah, you want to know the difference? I live in Las Vegas. I'm allowed to go home. I didn't leave a congressional hearing early on an FBI jet to dodge questions.
All right. Then on April 5th, you attended a hockey game in New York City. You don't live there, right?
No, I don't.
By the way, everyday FBI agents who are assigned in Washington don't get to fly home on a private jet.
Well, this is a great point. Do you know why I have to use a private jet? Because Congress made it mandatory.
Okay. In April 5th, well, we didn't make it mandatory that you go to UFC games with Mel Gibson.
Are you telling me I can't go home?
You know, you got to use some judgment here.
So when I'm at
After
home,
you
I
would-
can't do what I'm doing when I go home. Everybody else is allowed to go home,
Let
just
me
not
keep
me.
going. No, I'm glad you go home. I
Okay.
love to go home, but I don't go home on a private jet. On April 5th,
They're not mandated to do so.
You attended a hockey game in New York City with Wayne Gretzky, and Flight Tracker says the FBI jet took you to and from New York City, where you don't live, right?
That's correct.
And on April 12th, on the following weekend, you attended a UFC fight in Miami, also on the FBI jet, right?
That's correct.
So what's the cost to the taxpayer for those three flights?
I pay the commercial equivalent per the regs and the law. And so just so you know, when you are comparing me to prior directors.
I asked what the cost was, and you don't know. I take it.
Yeah, and what I've done with the use of the private jet is use Andrews Air Force Base versus
Okay.
Reagan National as what the other directors have done
Bottom line
to
here,
save the taxpayer
Bottom
dollars.
line here, you flew home to Las Vegas. There's nobody else in the FBI who gets paid. They have to pay their own way if they want to go home, right? I mean, right?
Well, that's not accurate. Depending on where you're stationed, the FBI covers the bill to get home.
So are you telling me that FBI agents who are assigned in Washington, but who may live in Charlotte, they get paid by the FBI?
Sometimes they do, yes.
Right.
Bueno, aquí viendo lo más absurdo, porque se supone que eres el director del FBI. ¿No se te ocurre vivir en Washington, donde están las oficinas centrales? Pues bueno, más adelante Welch le pregunta si es que admite que se equivocó al publicar en redes sociales que habían atrapado al sospechoso del tiroteo relacionado con Charlie Kirk al inicio, cuando en realidad no era la persona correcta. Y la respuesta de Patel es: no fue un error, que así funcionan ellos. Escuchen.
moment, but I was doing the
Okay,
best
without,
I could.
You know, candor, I don't quite get that, because if we have our man, that would suggest to the public that everybody can rest and relax and not then continue to provide information to local law enforcement and to you.
Well-
So that was a mistake.
I don't see it as a mistake. I see it as something working with the public to identify that there was a subject
So if
in
you put out
custody.
if you put out a statement that says we've got our man, and in fact it turns out that you didn't have your man, that's not a mistake.
But that's not what I said.
En otro intercambio con la senadora Klobuchar, Kash Patel reconoce que una prohibición de las armas de asalto podrían evitar algunas de las masacres que se ven en el país. Escuchen ustedes mismos.
So my first question is on the assault weapon ban. Do you think that would be helpful in reducing gun deaths, Director?
Senator, I think there are instances on this legislation that could prevent future attacks, but I'm not going to weigh into the creation of legislation.
Y lo más grave, Kash Patel confesó que ni siquiera revisó todos los archivos de Epstein.
Have you seen the Epstein files?
I have not reviewed the entirety of it myself, but a good amount.
Después de una discusión más larga, volvió a contradecirse. Primero dijo que solo Epstein estaba involucrado, y luego que lo sacaron de contexto. Pero Schiff lo paró en seco y le dijo: acabamos de escuchar de tus propias palabras.
Follow up on Senator Kennedy's question, because he asked you, and I'll be very precise here. You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself? And you said himself. There's no credible information, none. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And Kennedy, the information we have again is limited. And Senator Kennedy said the answer is no one. And you said for the information we have. So is it your testimony today that in all the Epstein files, that Jeffrey Epstein trafficked no one to anyone but himself? Is that your testimony, Mr.
I never
Patel?
said Jeffrey Epstein didn't traffic anyone else.
Did he traffic any young woman to someone other than himself? That was Mr. Kennedy's question,
And I
Senator Kennedy's
said
question.
the information that 3 administrations have had access to
I'm
have
asking
made
you-
determinations that there are no investigative leads that were credible to prosecute and investigate any others. I'm specifically
I'm asking
stating
you whether
we
it's
were
your
working on.
testimony today.
Well, you just read it, and I said it 10 minutes ago, so let the record reflect my testimony.
I just want to make sure there's no misunderstanding, because there are victims like Virginia Guifer who have testified otherwise, who have said otherwise. And you're telling the American people today that the Epstein list is a single name and it's Jeffrey Epstein. That's what we're to believe?
That's not what I'm saying. That's what you're saying. And you can say whatever you want.
Let me ask you this. When Todd Blanche went to interview Ghislaine Maxwell, she said, but did I think these guys were coming for that? I really don't. If you met Epstein, there's no way that this cast of characters, of which it's extraordinary, and some are in your cabinet, who you value as your co-workers, and you know would be with him if he was a creep or because they wanted sexual favors. A man wants sexual favors, he will find out. They didn't have to come to Epstein for that. And the next question Todd Blanche, the president's former criminal defense lawyer, asked is not who in the cabinet, who are you referring to? His question is, so when's the last time you think you were with Mr. Epstein when he got a massage? So let me ask you, who are those cabinet members that Ghislaine Maxwell was referring to that were part of this cast of characters associated with Mr. Epstein? Who are they?
The Deputy Attorney General took the aggressive step that no one else did and interviewed Miss Maxwell for
No, I'm
2
asking you,
days,
who are
and we released
who are
the
the cabinet
entirety
members?
of that
Who are the cabinet
transcript.
members?
I do not have that transcript in front of me. You're picking it piecemeal. The American
And
public can read
let me
the
ask
entirety
you
of that.
one
En otro momento, totalmente surrealista, Kash Patel se puso a presumir que el crimen ha bajado en todo el país, cuando Trump dice todo lo contrario.
In fact, one of the stats that the American people should thank the FBI the most for is we are on track to have the lowest murder rate in modern American history. the lowest murder rate by double-digit percentages.
El senador Dick Durbin le preguntó por un memorando del mes de julio, donde el Departamento de Justicia y el FBI afirmaban que no había más pistas creíbles en el caso de Epstein y que pues por ende iban a cerrar la investigación. Pero ese documento nadie lo firmó. ¿Qué fue lo que respondió Patel? Que debería haberse usado una firma automática.
Did a whistleblower ever make a disclosure to Attorney General Bondi indicating that the New York field office was withholding Epstein-related records?
I'm not familiar with that whistleblower.
You know that there was such a whistleblower?
I'm not familiar with that whistleblower.
In response to the blowback she received, Attorney General Bondi also pushed the FBI to review approximately 100,000 Epstein-related records on an arbitrarily short deadline in March, and the FBI was directed to flag any documents that mentioned President Trump. Nothing came of that review until July, when DOJ and FBI released an unsigned memorandum stating there is no incriminating client list. Why was this July 7th memorandum unsigned?
Would you prefer I've used AutoPen?
Why was it unsigned?
The memorandum had the insignia of the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And in our effort to secure transparency for the American people, because the 3 prior administrations had not done so, we conducted an exhaustive search of everything related to the Epstein cases, and we produced what was legally and permissibly able to be produced to Congress and the American public.
So
and there's a congressional subpoena, and we're continuing to do so.
Did you personally direct that investigation so that you would sign such a...
Did I personally direct what investigation?
Of the Epstein records for any reference to President Trump?
Again, you are citing reporting that I think is baseless. We conducted an investigation of the Epstein case files pursuant to the direction of the President of the administration to provide all credible information, and we are working with Congress pursuant to a congressional subpoena to turn over all the documents we can. All individuals.
Who at DOJ and FBI?
La senadora Hirono también lo dejó en evidencia. Kash Patel ni siquiera sabe quién es que ocupan los principales puestos en el tema de ciberseguridad. Luego de haber despedido a tantos expertos de altísimo nivel solo por órdenes de Trump, como represalia.
The FBI is also the lead federal agency for investigating cyber attacks and cyber intrusions, both by foreign nation states and by non-state hacker groups. Since President Trump's inauguration, the executive assistant director in charge of the criminal and cyber branch and the head of the FBI's cyber division have both left the FBI. What are the names of the people who replace them in those positions?
The cyber branch is one of the most impressive at the FBI. 409 arrests this year, 169 convictions. That's a 42% increase from the same time last year.
It's that
so
branch,
any
Mr.
suggestion that the FBI cyber division is not operating at full capacity and better than ever before, the leadership at the branch is implementing these changes necessary to attack the cyber and ransomware infrastructure operators
You know
for Iran,
why
China,
they're
and Russia.
important? I want to know who has those positions, since the people who originally were there.
Supremely
Are no longer
qualified
there.
individuals have those positions.
Are they?
Supremely qualified
Who
individuals.
are they? What are the names?
You're not
You
getting
don't
them.
know. Special agent.
Y finalmente, el senador Blumenthal lo presionó sobre la influencia de la Casa Blanca en el tema de decisiones, de contrataciones y despidos dentro del FBI. Pues bueno, como era de esperarse, Kash Patel se negó a contestar.
Institutional interference that we're seeing from the White House right now. I'm going to ask you, has anyone from the White House contacted you about personnel decisions?
I completely disagree with your entire premise that I have lied or am misleading the FBI. If I were, the results that I announced today by the men and women of the FBI and the historic records we are doing to keep this country safe would not be possible. The men and women of the FBI are responding to our leadership and this administration's priorities. The only way people get terminated at the FBI is if they fail to meet the muster of the job and their duties. And that is where I will leave it. And you accusing me of lying is something I don't take lightly, but I'm not going to get into a tit for tat with you.
Well, let me just ask you to answer my question. Has anyone from the White House contacted you about personnel decisions?
Generally speaking, we always discuss with the White House, OMB, during the budget process, how many personnel we need, who we need where.
Answer is yes.
for budgetary
you've been
purposes
directed
and
to
real
fire people, agents, because they participated in investigations of the president.
I don't receive directions to do that.
Ahí lo tienen, señores. El director del FBI totalmente expuesto, contradiciéndose, gritando y dejando claro que lo suyo no es transparencia, peor rendición de cuentas. Pues bueno, señores, Donald Trump está en modo desesperado. Y no es porque le falte protagonismo, ¿no? Sino porque hay algo que él no quiere que sigamos hablando bajo ninguna circunstancia. Y es este último tema de los correos electrónicos de Jeffrey Epstein y Ghislaine Maxwell que salieron a la luz. Mientras Trump lanza mentiras para distraer a medio país, la realidad es que salieron a la luz estos correos que nos muestran cómo es que Epstein y Maxwell no solo conspiraban para encubrir abusos, sino que contaban con toda la complicidad, o al menos la conveniencia, de gente muy poderosa que preferían mirar hacia otro lado. Y bueno, adivinen, entre esos poderosos siempre termina apareciendo el nombre de Donald Trump. Escuchemos esta noticia.
Well, as I just said, this hour will not be what Donald Trump wants it to be. It will not be a discussion of Donald Trump's pathological lie that liberals are to blame for the murder of Charlie Cook. Donald Trump knows that's a lie, and he is pushing that lie in the hope that programs like this will be filled with anguished complaint about this Trump mass libel of half of America. Donald Trump is the only president of the United States who has ever blamed a murder on millions of voters who did not vote for him. Donald Trump knows that the 22-year-old Utah man accused of the murder grew up in a family of registered Republican parents who Donald Trump has now praised repeatedly. Today, Donald Trump said that the accused murderer's parents did everything right. Parents who can think, of course, that they've done everything right are not parents I've met. Parents whose kids end up facing murder charges surely can wonder from time to time what they might have gotten wrong. And so Donald Trump insults the intelligence of the entire country, including his own supporters, when he launches this mass libel of half the country. The 20-year-old man in Pennsylvania who shot at Donald Trump was a registered Republican. And the 22-year-old Utah man accused of murdering Charlie Cook has never voted. The single most murderous American political assassin was a registered Republican. And he is the only American political assassin who murdered more than one person. Timothy McVeigh was a veteran of the United States Army who, at 26 years old, in an instant, murdered 168 people in the federal building in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, in 1995. Registered Republican Timothy McVeigh attacked the federal building specifically to assassinate federal workers for his twisted right-wing political reasons. Registered Republican Timothy McVeigh came to hate the government in whose army he served. Timothy McVeigh murdered 19 children in the daycare center of that federal building in an instant by blowing.
Sin duda alguna, esto es algo revelador, porque mientras se habla de correos donde Maxwell incluso aconsejaba a Epstein cómo enfrentar sus cargos, Donald Trump hacía lo imposible por minimizar su responsabilidad. Y peor aún, según los reportes, fue Trump quien se aseguró que Maxwell recibiera este trato más cómodo en prisión, con el tema de trasladarla a un centro con condiciones mucho más relajadas, ¿no?, en Texas. ¿De verdad alguien cree que esto es una coincidencia? Porque aquí, señores, hay ciertos puntos que son preocupantes. Para empezar, Epstein y Maxwell intercambiaban mensajes sobre cómo desacreditar a sus víctimas, cómo manipular la justicia y hasta los acuerdos judiciales. Trump, en vez de respaldar la verdad, lo que hizo fue proteger a quienes mintieron bajo juramento y que facilitaron años de abusos. Y es que cada vez que este tema aparece, Trump saca una cortina de humo, ya sea culpando a los demócratas de cualquier cosa o hasta inventando nuevas teorías absurdas. Sé que algunos dirán, bueno, pero no hay un correo directo que diga que Trump estaba involucrado en los crímenes de Epstein. Y eso es cierto, esos documentos todavía no muestran algo explícito. Pero aquí está el punto clave. Trump ha hecho todo lo posible para que esos correos no salgan a la luz. Y cuando un político se esfuerza tanto por querer tapar algo, es porque sabe perfectamente qué es lo que se puede encontrar ahí. Los correos de Epstein y Maxwell no solo revelan la magnitud de todo este encubrimiento, sino que también nos muestran cómo Trump prefirió ponerse del lado de los abusadores antes que del lado de las víctimas. Y eso, amigos, lo pinta de cuerpo entero. Pero bueno, quiero saber qué opinan ustedes. ¿Por qué creen ustedes que Trump está tan desesperado en evitar que se hable de estos correos? ¿Será simple miedo político o será que hay algo mucho más oscuro detrás? Los invito a que me dejen sus opiniones en la caja de comentarios. Muchísimas gracias por acompañarme hasta el final de este video. Recuerda, como siempre, darle like, comparte el contenido y suscríbete a nuestro canal. Nos vemos en el próximo video. Hasta luego.